Hello everyone, Superbrooks37 here. In today's video, we're going to be working on the second part of our LEGO City update, which is the downtown core right next to the beach. But before we get started, make sure you guys like the video and subscribe down below for more, as our support is very much appreciated. But now let's get started. And as you can see, this part of the city is kind of a mess still right now. We're actually going to start by cleaning all this off, having a nice clean slate, and then we're going to get to work on it. In today's video, we're going to be going all the way up. We're going to follow that building line and go all the way up to the train track. And then everything from the train track over that way, including the upper platform, will be done in the next video. So yeah, let's go ahead and get everything cleaned off, and then we'll discuss what we want to do with the area. This part of the city accumulated so much stuff after I was doing the beach, because I just kind of pushed everything down a little bit and it just kind of landed here. But now I'm doing it again and pushing it down where the desert's going to be. So eventually we'll get it all cleaned up, but for right now we're just kind of moving all the mess around. Alright, now that we got everything nice and cleaned off, it'll give you a better idea of the area that we're working with. You can see I am missing a 16 by 32 base plate that's supposed to go right there. We are going to fill that in hopefully today if I can find one. If not, it'll just get filled in whenever it gets filled in. I'm not too worried about it because we'll find the piece eventually that we need. But yeah, so you can see this is actually going to be the first green space in the city. The second will be up on the upper platform. This is going to be more of like a recreation, like picnic area with the car wash just kind of thrown in the middle of it because I don't really know where else to put it, and I really want to include it in the city. But one thing I really like about this layout is it's actually going to give me access to the backside of the Sanctum Sanctorum set, which, if you guys don't know, has a pizzeria on the back of it. So yeah, really cool double-sided building, and I've actually never been able to use it to its full potential in any of my city layouts until now. Another thing I kind of want to add in eventually will be taking our bank build and adding in a feature where the back part of the wall will come out, kind of like in the Daily Bugle set. The Daily Bugle one is a little bit hard to see right now because of where it's at, but it is actually right up in that alleyway. There's a part of the wall that'll just kind of fall out, and it'll make it look like battle damage. I kind of want to do that for the bank to make it look like somebody's robbing the bank. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of that idea. But yeah, so now let's go ahead and start getting some of these grass plates more detailed, and then we'll start placing in some minifigures and some other scenes in here. So yeah, let's go. To give the grassy areas a little bit of depth, I did add some plates on top of it, just to kind of elevate it a little bit, make it look a little less uniform all the way across the board. And then I also came back in with a few of these little corner pieces, just to add a little bit of detail in. This is one of my favorite pieces that I found on the pick-a-brick wall. Alright, now we got a bunch of plates down. Kind of have a little bit better feeling of what the terrain is going to look like. I really like these quarter plate pieces in that light brown color. I'm going to try to get a lot more of those because I do have a bunch. It's one of my favorite pieces to use right now, but it's all being allocated to other projects. So this is all I had to spare for the city right now. Next time I go to the Lego store, I'll probably get a whole cup or maybe even just a little cup of just that piece if they have it. That way I have plenty extra to do the city with. But now we're going to start adding in a couple different features into the city, such as that picnic table that's already there. I do have another one of that city set that I'm actually going to build and mirror, so that way I can have two picnic tables right next to each other. We're going to get to that later on in the video though, so stay tuned for that. For now, let's go ahead and start putting in a couple more little details into the area. All of these mini builds that we're adding in are from actual sets. That phone booth is from a Captain Marvel polybag. This skate ramp is actually from the big Lego Friends set from last year, I believe. And it took a little bit of modification to get it to work, but I think it does look good right there on the edge of the grass plate. And after we finally got that fixed, we did also add in the little slushy restaurant from Hidden Side, as well as a little grill from the Marvel Advent Calendar. Alright, so now that we got all of those little items added to the park area, we're going to go ahead and mirror the other build of that city set, which is the 60326 Picnic in the Park. I am actually only going to be using the tree section. I'm just going to part out the little tractor, and I'll keep the bicycle, but I'll probably part out the little trailer as well. So yeah, let's go ahead and go get this built up. Alright, we got the mirrored version of our picnic table and tree done. As you can see, compared to the original, it will line up nicely once I actually get them on the same level. This one is actually one plate lower right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move both of them over onto this elevated section. I did have to do a little bit more modification to the area than I thought I would have to, but I think now that the benches are in there and they're right next to each other, I think it makes the area look a lot nicer and a lot more open. I also had to go ahead and put the other couple trees in there, make sure the train's not going to hit it, and make a little forested area. Alright, now that that's done, we're just going to add in some finishing touches and detail work, and that's going to be done using a couple different things. For starters, we have my pick-a-brick cup that I store all of my foliage type pieces in, so we're going to spread these around the park. But before we do that, I actually found another pick-a-brick cup that has a whole bunch of these 1x2 green slopes. It's a little hard to see on camera, but they are green. So we're actually going to build up some mounds on here and make the elevation a little bit more different. And then on top of that, I also have a bunch of these brown 2x2 round jumper plates. So we'll add them in there as well to add some more detail. So yeah, let's get to it. All of these parts that I'm using to do this detail work, I actually did find on the pick-a-brick wall just within the past couple months. So if you guys ever do get a chance to go to the LEGO store, I highly recommend checking out your pick-a-brick wall. You can find so many awesome pieces there, and especially for terraining pieces. Alright, I think the greenery looks really good in this park area now. I didn't want to make it look too overgrown, but I think I got the job done. So now it's time to go ahead and add some minifigures to the park area, and then we're going to move on to the road and what's going on in front of Avengers Tower and the Harry Potter set. I'm not sure how I forgot the name of that set, but it is 12 Grimwald Place. We also added in just a bunch of minifigures into the park. Got some CMFs, got some city figures. Just got a different variety of minifigures just to make it come to life. Alright, so there's a good load of minifigures in the park now. Got all kinds of different characters, from mad scientists to gamers to just all kinds of people. We have a police officer over there on his bike. We even got a hiker back there behind the trees. So yeah, I think the park is looking really nice now. Now it's going to be time to move on to the buildings. Alright, now that we got those pick-a-brick cups out of the way, you can kind of see what we're working with here. And with the roads, one of the biggest things I still need to fix, and we're going to do that in just a minute, is all these gaps in the road plates. We need to go in and put 1x4 tiles in those gaps just to fill them in. And that goes for both sides of the road. And then we need to tackle this situation over here with a half base plate fitting perfectly there, but not over there. Just a little short of a half base plate. So we'll go over what we're going to do to combat that in just a minute. But first, let's go ahead and get all those gaps filled in. What always annoyed me about the road plate sets is that they don't give you quite enough tiles to cover everything. So if you didn't want to use their light posts or any of their little grass pieces that they give you, they don't give you enough 1x1 or 1x4 tiles to cover everything. Just thought that was annoying. Alright, all the roads are nice and tiled off now. You can see I did skip that one base plate there. I'm not sure what I want to do with it yet. So just, I'm just going to leave it like that for now and we'll see what happens in the future. But now, we need to take care of the base plates over there and actually fix that road plate right there where you can see I have a road going into nothing. So I need to turn that white tile into a gray tile. And yeah, then we'll go over the base plates and I'll show you how I fixed them. I'm not sure how long that road plate was like that, but it was pretty easy just to pop it out and place a new tile in. Then we had to start taking stuff apart, and I had to cut a base plate that I got from Dollar Tree down by 5 studs to get to fit in that corner, which is a little weird, but it's the only way you could really get it done. Alright, now that we got all of those gray base plates laid down, the final step for now is going to be just going ahead and getting some cars on the roads, as well as getting a few more minifigures just kind of scattered around. So yeah, let's go ahead and get that done. I was trying to get some different cars in the city that I haven't used in a while, as well as some new cars like that Range Rover Defender. Then I also wanted to set up a little fight scene on top of the police station, and that was a little easier said than done because these mechs are hard to work with. Alright, you can see we got a whole bunch of cars added to the streets now. There will be more cars over in this section, but I wanted to wait to do that until I get done with the upper platform, just because I'm going to be working all over the place over here and the cars will just get in the way. But I did go ahead and put that McLaren there, just for the heck of it. We also got the new Defender, Challenger, the cargo truck with the satellite on the back. Got a Supra, got Indiana Jones's car up there. And we got the cars that we added over here in the last update for the beach. And then up on top of the police station, I did go ahead and decide to add the Iron Man mech, as well as the Doc Ock mech. Then down on the gray area, I didn't do much, but I did put Harry Potter walking up to the building, as well as the Boxer CMF. So yeah, that's going to be the end of this city update. Let me know down below in the comments what you think of this section of the city so far. Let me know if there's any improvements I can make to it. Thank you all for watching. SuperBricks37, signing off.